And we'll do an abbreviated introduction here, as I believe our stream was not working until here. We'll give you a little recap of the ball game. Milligan hot from deep so far. Autumn Davis, 5 quick points for the Lady Lions. You see she's going to get a steal right there. She's got to hang on to the ball. I believe that is... Yeah, that
would not have a kick right there.
Yeah, that's probably got to be called. That was Kinsey Campbell on the steal. And the layup comes from Tessa Gibson, as Dad talked to me off there. 2 Chattanooga products, local to the 423.
Yeah, you got 3 out there. Kinsey Campbell from Notre Dame, Tessa Gibson from Silverdale, and Bryan's own Kelsey Johnson also played with Tessa a little bit.
Yeah, the Silverdale women's basketball coach is in attendance tonight.
Yeah, he's right there, Victor.
Yeah, oh, there's Victor.
Yeah, Bryan grad. If I'm not mistaken, he plays for Coach Rico.
Bryan.
There we go, AC.
At one point, he did play here, but he did not. I don't think he graduated here.
Okay.
Score is 14-9, 3:20 left in the first quarter. Thanks for hopping on with us. Thanks for hanging out with us. Myself, Josh Muncie, and Tim Rogers on the call tonight. Good, strong offensive rebound pulled down by Campbell there. They'll work it inside to the conference leader in scoring, Jenkins. She's going to swing to Clark. Clark, the spin move, bottled up by Bryan. Jenkins gets it back. That one's short. She gets her own rebound. And Clark goes baseline. Looks like she had a wide-open layup. She says one more. It's a Golden State Warriors style of basketball. Another rebound comes from Milligan. They're not able to put it down. Bryan somehow escapes, not giving up 2 points, or maybe even 3 there.
Yeah, you give a team 5 shots, they're normally going to make one of them.
And you would think that's going to...
That could be big, though, if you get a score right
Absolutely.
Here. Trim that lead to a 1-possession game. Is Autumn Davis on fire.
Just walking past defenders right now. She's done it in a variety of ways, all at the rim. She's used power twice. She gets the much slower defender on her, goes right by. The roll inside, good pass comes from Gibson. There's Tori Brooks, AAC Player of the Week last week, 19.5 a game. And here's the ball tipped away for the moment, man. Crossed up on my words. Davis going to go inside again. No whistle comes. It's going to go down as a steal for Clark. She averages about 2 a game. Over the top to Jenkins. One more to Gibson and in.
Good pass by Clark.
Perfect execution of the 3-man weave that you look for in the warm-up drills in practice.
Well, that's 6 quick points from Gibson, all off fast breaks.
Yep.
Campbell's found her a couple times and then closing out there.
Brooks with the ball, dangerous from any range. You see they're extending out on her pretty far. I don't think anybody else is really getting that treatment. They'll go to Crittenden on the left wing. Looks like she lost the handle, pops it back out to Brooks. 6 on the shot clock. She'll drive inside. And we're going to get a charge call. The charge taken by number 32, Jenna Hare. And I know we didn't really get to do our intro, which is too bad, because I would have seemed really smart, because I had her as one of Milligan's key players. Comes off the bench and in only 15 minutes averages about 6 and 4 a game. I was pretty impressed with somebody making that level of impact in just 15 minutes a game. Jenkins able to corral the pass, not able to put the layup down though. Bryan seems to be dodging bullets all over the place. Crittenden up the floor, Milligan in good position. They'll reset it top of the key, Davis.
We've had some good success of driving, as you see another drive right here, but it's been the finishing and kind of getting control of the ball around the rim, and it seems to be leading to some fast break opportunities as another 3 right there is knocked down.
It's definitely the difference in the ball game. Bryan with no 3-pointers on the board. Milligan with 3 to their total. And I'm going to go ahead and shout out my roommate, Nick Roberts, who brought this to my attention. Didn't even notice it while I was, as Crittenden takes the 3. Didn't even notice it while I was writing up the script today. Bryan really has not lost by more than 10 in about, I think it's about 2.5 months. A rough start to the year, but even then they're not getting blown out. They're losing close games.
Even the Milligan game at Milligan, they
had a chance to tie it at the buzzer. And Jenkins wide open, makes them pay.
Threes. As you see, Coach Milan getting a few more subs in. It looks like he's going to bring in 4 subs.
And that's how the first quarter will wrap up. Substitutions coming in for both sides. Milligan going on an impressive 6-0 run there, 8-0 run to end the quarter. We're going to catch our breath, get sorted after the late start. 22-11 headed to the second quarter right here on Bryan Lions Live. And welcome back in to Summer Gymnasium. A blackout here tonight. A little fun pregame festivities. Got to stretch my vocal cords on the pregame introductions. And we are ready to go in the second corner. Samaj Clark lost the handle. I think she probably wanted some contact there. And I think it went out of bounds on Neal on the baseline. And guarding her is number 14, was guarding her is number 14, Ella Summers. Her first time starting this year. Late in the year lineup change. They go obviously to combat some of Milligan's size, what they're throwing out there.
Yeah, so you kind of look at both of these matchups tonight are kind of the same but different in the sense that, you know, the Milligan women are sitting up top at the conference.
Right.
Bryan is a team that's been trending upwards over the past month or so. And you look at the guys' game, we're tied for number one in the conference. As Ella Summers is going to knock down that two-pointer there, big basket. And Milligan as a team, their men's team is trending upwards, been winning lately. And so both are very important matchups for seeding and really just morale and confidence going into the tournament, knowing, you know, these teams that you can beat.
Right. You see J.C. Jenkins right there. I think she's got 10 quick points. And she averages 20 a game for a reason.
Yeah, offensive rebound and second chance starting to become a problem.
Right there, you see the foul goes against number 44, Lena Leon, or is it Lena Lyons? Excuse me. Summers will inbound the ball. Looks like they're trying to get it back to her. Probably one of the more physically imposing players in the conference. She kind of sets a half screen there, forced the net. The kick back out, 7 on the shot clock. Nevaeh Majors, the fifth year, drives the lane up and gets the roll. Big time bucket from the experienced guard. Milligan already pushing the ball off the floor. You see they're not going to mess around too much with defense. They're looking to push and outscore the other team.
McKenna Myers with the miss there. As Majors pushes it up, finds Neal for the layup. As they can trim it back to a 7-point game here. Now we need a big stop from the Lady Lions right here as Majors is going to guard the ball up top. It goes to Clark, who's able to drive baseline and hit the little jumper right there.
Nice pull-up jump shot coming from Samaj Clark, kind of stopped on a dime. Now the pace quickening for both teams as they're going to look to push it on the Bryan end. Samaj Clark sends to net, shot back. Neal can't handle the offensive rebound.
I think Clark was waiting for that one.
Yeah. Yet she kind of just let her go right where she wanted to be, and as soon as she saw that ball go up, hand came down. Looks like a clean block as well. Steal in the gap from Davis. Davis up the floor. Looks like they have the numbers. Davis will just take it herself. And
the trail official is going to make a call there.
That's one of those that is way out of his zone, and one that any coach in any position is going to give him an earful. I'm not saying it's not the right call because I think she did knock her over.
Yes.
She got the ball, but the body contact was there. But I mean, Coach Greer, she's an intense lady. If you've ever talked to her, she goes about her business, a certain way. So I'm sure he'll hear it probably for the rest of the game just because of that call.
Yeah, that's going to be a topic of conversation probably most of the night between her and that official. So.
Yeah, especially because he's on her sideline now.
Yeah.
They'll be nice and cozy next to one another. Davis misses 1 of 2 there. The turnaround jumper, no good from Milligan. Hustle coming from number 3, McKenna Myers. It'll stay Buffalo ball.
5-0 right now on the offensive rebound stat sheet. That's a big part of Milligan's game.
Yeah.
Now, I say that, and they may not have any second-chance points because I remember them getting at least 4 in that one.
That's right.
But that's still something you look at if that trend continues the rest of the game.
Gibson will take a 3, rolls out into a perfect shooting night. She was 3 of 3 up until this point. Majors finds Brooks. She'll take from way out and makes Tori Brooks. A shot that nobody else in the gym is even going to try. Goes home for the senior.
And she's tried 2 of them already from that spot.
I'm going to tell Ian Johnson you said that.
God.
There will be a couple players in the men's game that will take that shot.
Yeah.
Luke Lentz for Milligan. He's never met a shot he didn't like, and he can make a lot of them. So that's going to be a key for us. Well, guys, I'm going to have to step away here and get ready for our game.
Okay.
It was a pleasure chatting with you guys. And
thanks for hopping on, as always. We always appreciate it. And after the game, we may come and try to grab you for a little post-game interview if all goes to plan.
I don't know if we'll have time.
Oh, goodness. He's right.
So
he's right, yeah. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Josh Muncie and I, we have a game after these games get over. So if you want to see the real show, stick around at 8:30.
Yeah, so... but anyway, thank you guys. Thank you all for all you do. You guys have a great broadcast, and it's totally enjoyable. My mom loves watching the games at home.
Awesome.
And so, thank you guys.
Good luck, Coach.
See you, Muncie.
Thank you.
Tori Brooks, another 3. It is raining here in Summers Gymnasium. The AAC Player of the Week putting her stamp on the second quarter.
And, Drew, we've talked about it in several earlier broadcasts. If you can combine that outside shooting with some dribble penetration and some athleticism at the rim, which they're getting so far from Davis and Majors.
Excellent pass.
Pretty good squad.
Up ahead, Autumn Davis finishes the fast break. Milligan needs a timeout. Number 10 has absolutely taken over the game. You see the steal. You see the back-to-back triples, and then you see the assist to finish the steal. We're going to keep it here on a 30-second timeout, and that I'm surprised. I mean, I can tell you, the better teams in this conference have done whatever they can to stop number 10 from shooting outside.
Yeah.
They've done whatever they can to make her super uncomfortable, and I mean, definitely probably something that at the beginning of the year, probably the experience from being guarded that way has told her, okay, if I don't shoot this one right here, I'm not getting a shot up this possession, and it's probably the best shot we're going to see all possessions.
Yeah, and if you've ever played against somebody with seemingly endless range, you kind of have to convince yourself there's no safe spots on the court.
Right.
You know, someone standing 6 feet outside the college line, you're thinking no threat. And already Tori's put up a couple from that same spot and hit, and it messes with you as a defender.
Gibson may have got away with a little chicken wing there. These Bryan defenders are playing these gaps really hard. You've seen, I think the differentiating factor has kind of been the Milligan turnovers as we've rolled into the second quarter. We got Coach Don Rakowski stopping by up here, and of course his team will be taking on the Milligan men at 7:30. Stick around for that one. See the left-handed try there by number 12, Campbell, no good. Swing to Stinnett. Stinnett pulls it down, drives the lane. She's got the angle. J.C. Jenkins closes the gap quick. Oh, wow, heads-up play there. Stinnett able to save the ball, keep it in bounds, and dish it to the nearest teammate. And we're all square after an 11-point Milligan lead. seems to evaporate coming into the second quarter.
Yeah, credit to Stinnett for not giving up on that play. She got met at the rim, stayed with it, found Crittenden for the easy deuce.
And Dad, if you don't know, Coach Don Rakowski, we'll take a pause. Tori Brooks cans another triple. She's closer to that white volleyball line than she is the actual three-point line.
That's a 3.5-pointer.
Yeah, she's feeling. If there was a 4-point line, she'd be behind it. But if you don't know, Coach Don Rakowski has stated that he goes home and immediately watches all the games, and he hears our commentary. We've got the Synergy camera, which records, just without our voices, of course.
Okay. And
then the live stream. So he will be hearing us. He will be hearing us tonight on his game.
Well, there's been some really good broadcasts lately. Different styles, different personality. We've got one joining us here later on in Ryan, and Coach Muncie does a fantastic job, and just sitting beside him, you can see the wheels just
basketball-wise.
Turning.
You definitely can.
That's right.
Another run-in from this back official. He's not going to have any friends on this sideline. Goodness gracious. He's just grabbing everything. Good for him, man. I've had the privilege of reffing some during the summers, and when I ref with the guys that are real serious about it, that would have been over for me.
Well, when you're the out of position ref and you've made a couple of calls, you just got to be sure, and then you got to get with your team the next time out and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Coach Beaumont having some words with him as we move to a Bryan possession. He wanted it over the back on Majors. I think he probably had a case as well. 31-28, 3:15 left. Davis looks to make it 33. Bully ball, no good. Davis is calling for a foul of her own. Clark up the floor all the way. Nice dish to Jenkins. Oh, Jenkins blew the layup. The ball's still in play. And, Davis is going to pick up her second foul.
It's going to be an interesting matchup throughout. We've talked about Tessa Gibson from Silverdale had quick 3 baskets there to start for Milligan, but you can tell every time Autumn Davis has her on the defense, she goes right at her and goes right to the rim.
And Gibson looks like she's going to check out here. Didn't start this game, but as well as she's played, wouldn't be surprised if she's earned herself a few more minutes than normal as we move into the second half. Samaj Clark will put down both of those. Bryan running the lineup of Davis, Kennard, Crittenden, Johnson, and Majors. A little bit of a smaller lineup. Milligan doesn't really have a true big on the floor. Now they moved kind of into a zone. This is kind of where you'd like to have Tori back out here to just be that threat, make them extend the zone, open up those gaps a little. 6 on the shot clock. Crittenden drives the lane, left-handed, pretty move. You're not kidding. That extension was full. That was as far as she could reach.
Credit to her for staying aggressive. Milligan's had a couple of blocks at the rim already, and
a little cheapy right there.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't need to pick it up. I don't mind the foul call, though. A little extension of the forearm into a jumping player. And to Yana's family at home, I have been told, I do realize that this is now twice that I've called her Kennard the whole year. So Kennard it will be going forward.
It's good to know. I think you've even told me to call her Kennard.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is Kennard. So Smarts Clark will shoot another pair of free throws. She's got 11 in the contest. Excuse me, she's got 6 in the contest now. I was looking at the wrong player. Bryan holding on to a 1-point advantage, 2 minutes left. And as we get down, Dad, we talk about it all the time. These last 2 minutes and a half, just huge as in a close game for momentum, for just anything as you go forward.
Well, and so far, Milligan's playing with a lot of energy. They're playing with a lot of substitutions, a lot of depth. they're taking the ball out of the basket and they're gone. So you don't want to get too far away from a team like that.
Right. No, you don't. And I think to Bryan's credit, I mean, it would have been perfectly understandable to kind of just be like, all right, let's get this over with. We're down 11 after a quarter. Like, let's go. Like, let's just move as quick as we can to the next game, their first place. But they came out and kind of punched them in the mouth in the second quarter. And they're still doing it. They're still fighting.
Yep. Yeah, you're seeing them give a little bit of the taste of Milligan's own medicine here with some quick baskets, with some offensive rebounding.
Right there.
And Davis is just attacking the paint.
Probably the shortest player on the floor, from my view, has scored all of her buckets from the inside and from the free throw line.
Yeah, Milligan's got pretty good size, pretty good length. Clark seems like she's everywhere, and Bryan's hanging with.
I think they've got to get the ball here to number 2, J.C. Jenkins. She was on fire in that first quarter, and so far in the second quarter, she's been real quiet, and it's just she hasn't really touched the ball yet.
Yep.
I mean, as we move into the last minute, I would wager to say she's probably had one shot attempt in this second quarter after having 8 in the first. Kelsey Johnson from deep, they're all falling. The freshman puts in a triple, moving to the bench for this contest undeterred, and that is a big 3. As it extends the lead to 6, you get a stop here. You can almost stretch it to double digits if you're the Lions. The swing to Clark, up top to Myers. Myers will pull a 3. She answers right back, and they've drawn it back to within 3. Lady Lions more than likely going to hold for the last shot, 38-35. Davis with the ball up near the Christ Above All logo. Seven on the game clock. Johnson with the ball. They're posting Summers. Summers up. No good. Samaj Clark just going to choose to we'll just go to halftime. 38-35, your score. Lady Lions hold the slight advantage as they try to take down the number 1 team in the conference. And Dad and I will step away. We're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna check out first half action. We'll leave the mic on for you for the people, fans, parents of the cheerleaders. And about 3 minutes coming back, we're gonna run over the first half here on Bryan Lions Live. And welcome back. A little abbreviated halftime report for you as we're going to run through really quickly what stood out in the first half. Dad, I'll let you take Bryan. I'll grab Milligan while you're speaking.
Yeah, I mean, it was tell of 2 quarters here. Milligan jumped out, 22-11 start, first quarter. You think Milligan's going to take care of business and pull away quickly, and here comes Bryan outscoring Milligan 27-13. Huge lift, kind of 2 different ways. Autumn Davis continues to attack the rim. She's got 12 points, and Tori Brooks got hot a little bit from outside, so she's got 11. Kelsey Johnson with another 3-pointer late. Hey, we got us a game.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, after that first quarter, the body language of the Lady Lions, that was, of course, we listened to a podcast where the body language doctor is in, and it wasn't too promising, but that's the great thing about basketball. You can turn your body language around if shots start going in.
Right.
Stuff starts going your way.
Well, if you believe the ball finds energy, I think this is your game, because Milligan was just, they were getting on the offensive glass early, second chance opportunities, they were running, they were getting the easy layup.
Right.
And Bryan kind of flipped the script a little bit in the second half.
Yeah.
That's backdoor cut.
And my next point was going to be they've got to get the ball to number 2 again.
Yep.
Kind of a shutout for second quarter after a dominant first, and she gets it started here in the third quarter. And, yeah, now you see, obviously, Coach Greer has gone to the locker room and said, hey, guys, the person wearing number 10, she's not breathing the rest of the night.
Yeah.
See a 3-second violation called on Tori Brooks. Lyon there fighting real hard in the paint. I think Brooks took it personally and kind of forgot where she was at for a moment.
A little bit of face guarding, and Tori was trying to get position just an extra second too long.
Both squads going with their original starting lineups as Jenkins takes a 3, just rims out. Crittenden on the defensive glass. Bryan looks like they may have a chance to push if they want it. We'll see what they do. And Davis will pull it back out and reset it. 20 on the shot clock. Ball swung to the corner for Summers. She'll drive in the lane. Looks like she's going to go up herself. Summers rims out. Good box out by Lyon. Ball goes to Sinet. Brooks with the ball, dribbling around, trying to find somebody, and she finds a teammate, but it's on the bench. Be a turnover for the Lady Lions. Lyon with the ball. Looks like they're going to get into some sort of action here on the backside from Milligan. Looks like it'll be Jenkins looping around. Like her in the post as a matchup against Brooks. Clark with the ball. Brooks doing an excellent job to stay with Jenkins. Milligan under 10 now on the shot clock. Lyon in the paint. Lyon all the way over Davis. Way off. Crittenden will push. Lady Lions with numbers. She'll get it to Summers. Summers left hand. Got it to go. Fast break now paying dividends for Bryan. They got to get back on defense. Clark had a one-woman fast break of her own. Shamaj Clark throws it away. Another steal. Crittenden, Lyon giving chase. She pump fakes up. Another left-hand layup goes down for the Lady Lions. And
Crittenden's certainly putting her thumbprint on this game. Just looking for her in the stats column, but she's been all over early.
Milligan with the inbound. Jenkins will drive the lane. Yeah, you're going to get a hold there as they kind of got the back of her jersey. It's kind of an easy indicator if there was something illegal going on. Gibson and, should know this, Gibson and Hare checking into the ball game for the Buffaloes. And Sports Information Director Chase Green made the point that I'd kind of forgotten as well. He said, I forgot how much they sub. Good pass from Clark. Oh, that Hare can't finish. Hare kicks it back out. The three-pointer from Myers, no good. Good rebound by Crittenden, her third of the quarter. But he said, I forgot just how much they sub, and it really is. It is a you go in for 2 minutes, then you come out. Really, the only person that hasn't done that is, or it's two people. It's Clark, and then it's J.C. Jenkins. But Jenkins is off the floor right now.
Yep. Again, Autumn Davis, anytime you see a smaller guard on her, she's getting downhill as quickly as possible.
Hare will take the three-pointer, no good. 2 big buckets that just rimmed out for in the last 2 possessions. Summers, one dribble, the three-pointer, no good.
You see Crittenden quietly working on a double-double already.
Yep. Is she? What's she at? 8 and 7?
8 and 7 so far.
And Neal will grab Summers. Coach Beaumont probably not loving the shot selection there.
I think you mentioned, maybe it was Crittenden earlier in practice. Coach said, you keep shooting until you miss 4 in a row. I don't think Summers has that same green light from that distance.
Well,
just now.
The funny thing is she's probably a better shooter than Crittenden. But that one probably you just pass on that one, move it around or reset it, something like that. Yeah, we're going to get a cheap block there. It is the right call, but it's just to slow the game down pace. We blazed through that first half, Deb.
Yeah, a lot of action, a lot of up and down play.
And a lot of long possessions. Both teams doing very well. It was really long possessions and fast breaks, which always is a recipe for a quick game. The inbounds pass comes. It goes to number 25. That's Naomi Atchley, and tied up by Davis. Coach Greer demonstrating how to get out of that predicament there on the sideline. I think I'd like to see Coach Matt Beaumont do that one time. Crittenden drives left baseline. Brooks with the ball, guarded by Gibson. Brooks will hand it back off to Crittenden from where it came. The swing to Neal, swing one more to Davis, corner. Tori Brooks around the handoff. Something's got to be called. I said something had to be called, and it was called on Davis, the illegal screen. As she was definitely moving on the screen there. I think you probably could have got either Gibson or Davis. The referees just choose to go Davis.
That was a collision.
Yeah.
Seems like that top of key screen is a point of emphasis at all levels these days. You've got to be still.
Nice pass there. Hare finally gets one to go here in this third quarter. Sydney Neal, quick three-pointer. She drains it straight off the bench. Not an ounce of hesitation for her. She's given the Lady Lions back a 6-point advantage. Nice little hook shot put up there.
Yeah, nice ball movement by Milligan, but a better on-ball defense there by Crittenden.
That was Lauren Longmire. We'll see some substitutions. Kelsey Johnson and Ayana Kennard checking in for Davis and Crittenden. That's one thing I've noticed this year. I think Coach Beaumont has a sub-chart written down. I just don't think he ever has the names of who they're getting written down. It's kind of a who's hot right now strategy for substitutions. Kennard guarded by Campbell. Sinet in the lane. Looks like she'll turn her back. Gets it to Johnson. The ball screen comes from Brooks. Kelsey Johnson swings it. Nice pass. And the shot's going to be canceled out by a charge here on the receiving end of it. And just one of those that you kind of hate to see as a coach because you got the shot you wanted.
I tell you, I had turned my focus to the shot. I didn't even know that was close.
Yeah. One of those rules of basketball you definitely can't exploit if you get too much momentum off from a passer. Campbell in the corner, swings it to Jenkins. Jenkins, 2 pump fakes and the layup.
Good job of keeping her feet down, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was creative, but I think you're right. Neal drives the lane. Did she get it to go with the right hand? A little pro step, hop carry into an opposite hand finish. Big fan. Ball thrown into no man's land. Campbell giving chase. I don't know the NAI rule about backcourt. I'm going to assume that was probably the right call.
Good hustle by Campbell. I thought that was a lost cause.
I would assume, based on that they've got to go. They've got to go all the way back court, man and ball.
Yeah.
And Campbell took off from
the ball was definitely beyond half court.
Definitely.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen the Bryan women play live, and their offensive philosophy, their offensive output is significantly improved. Since
definitely changed as well. Definitely something in the beginning of the year where. Oh, that's Milligan basketball. Excuse me, I was just about to say Bryan retains possession. But definitely something where they've put a greater emphasis on pushing the tempo.
Right.
And it's definitely helped out. It's definitely helped out Crittenden, who struggled early in the year kind of in that half-court sets. It's definitely helped out Brooks because she's able to get more threes off the quicker pace. And they're still in these zones, and they're still in these. I think they've kind of rolled back the press. That may be just a this game thing. I'm not too sure. Tough bucket there from Samaj Clark. But, they're still the groundwork they laid is still there. They're a much improved team as the year has gone on. Crittenden in the paint, going to use her speed. And they'll get Clark with the body. They said they didn't let her get where she wanted to go. That's always tough if you're a defender. I mean, it's real difficult to defend somebody flying at full speed if you're even with them. That's why you want to cut them off.
Well, it's pretty good defense by Clark. That's the thing, when you stretch that far out to try to get that angle, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And the slightest contact may look a little more than it is.
Knock you off your spot for sure. Crittenden's first free throw, no good. So she'll have to get at least one more bucket to start working on one half of that double-double you mentioned. Oh, and also coming up, the men's soccer team,
there you go,
AAC Conference champions, they're going to get their rings tonight. That'll be on the men's broadcast, so check that out. They had a heck of a season, ended in nationals, of course, but yeah, they're going to be honored at half court on the floor tonight.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. That team and you and Coach Muncie saw a lot of them. Had a lot of really exciting moments this season.
A lot of all-time stuff, really.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of history book stuff for the Bryan men's soccer program. So yeah, that'll be well earned, well deserved. Check that out on the men's broadcast. Major's kind of just dancing around. Looks like they're clearing out a side for her. She'll go all the way in on Lyon using a combination of speed and power. No good. Offensive rebound was with Crittenden. Now with Clark. Clark looking to push it up the floor. She'll go in. Cut off by Johnson there in the paint. McKenna Myers with the ball. Top of the key. Reset possession line. J.C. Jenkins still been a little bit quiet here. At least I would be for my liking. Top of the key. The three-pointer comes and it goes down from Longmire. That'll tie the ball game up. 48-48, 1:13 left in the third quarter. Both teams fighting hard, not willing to give an inch.
Yeah, I would say with this lineup, if you're Coach Greer and you're getting points out of somebody other than Clark and Jenkins,
yep,
you're pretty happy.
Crittenden looks like I thought it was just going to be a miss and a defensive rebound. Instead, she saved it for a moment. Now Milligan pushing it up the floor after the turnover. Lyon finds Clark cutting, and Crittenden, good hustle to her credit to get back in there and tip that one away.
She's been in a lot of passing lanes.
Yeah, they're going to get her out. She looks exhausted.
Gassed.
As this Bryan bench, which has been, yeah, no, it's still deep. They're just not playing as much. Yeah, they're still about 10 deep here tonight.
So who's your finishing five here?
That's a great question. Is Longmire, oh my goodness, how does that not go down? Hung on the rim for a second. Offensive rebound, Milligan. The swing to Longmire. She'll take another three-pointer. No good. Bryan's got to get a defensive rebound. Majors hits the deck. Bryan looking to push here. 12 seconds. Now under 10. They'll look to get the last shot up here. Take a lead into the fourth quarter. Majors. Brooks looping around. Majors will take it herself all the way in. Right hand off the glass. And that's how the third quarter wraps up. Bryan takes back the lead 50-48 as Milligan did everything right to get back in at that quarter, and a great individual effort comes from Majors.
Yeah, and credit to Majors. When Bryan got the ball with 14 seconds left, I'm wondering maybe you take a timeout, try to get Autumn Davis here and get her going downhill or kicking out, and Majors just said, I've got this.
Yes, no problem. No problem, guys. You guys just stand over there. Come pick me up after I get up, after I put this up. We'll keep it here for the quarter break. You asked me before the break, who's your closing five? And, right now, the way the game has gone, I've got to have Brooks, Crittenden, Davis. I'm forgetting somebody. I'm definitely forgetting somebody. Sorry. Brooks, Crittenden, Davis. Honestly, I've got to have one of Sydney Neal or Kelsey Johnson out there, and then.
Yeah, nice quarter from Neal today.
Actually, I'd probably go with Neal and Johnson off the bench. I'd probably pull both them off the bench. They played really well here, been impactful in this game, and that's kind of what I'd like to see. No discredit to anybody else, but when you're going against number one, you don't really care about hurt feelings on the bench. The point guard, Lyon, with the ball. Davis is back in, and she looks pretty well rested, but Lyon going to put a nice spin move on her. Gets around her at half court. Jenkins in a trap. Milligan has people open. It's Longmire, pretty pass. Down low, high-low run to perfection against the zone right there.
Yep. Smart high-low there. Clark remained patient.
Yep.
Kept her spacing and finished when she got a touch.
Something we've seen a lot from Milligan. They must have been told that, hey, these Bryan defenders are going to jump. They've been waiting just an extra second to go up and allow that as Neal all the way to the 10, no good. Longmire drives baseline, uses the Euro off the back rim. Pretty move. Got past her defender. Neal slid over in the help, but just not enough as she was ready for it. Now Majors in the lane. It's good. Nevaeh Majors has not played a whole lot this year, has had a significantly reduced role, and in this game, she's showing why she played 35 minutes a game last year. Maybe it was more than that. I really couldn't say. Oh my, what a feed from Clark. Found Jenkins. One of those that you recognize the defender's got the head turn and just popped on it as soon as she saw it.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the all-around game from Clark. She does a little bit of everything.
Neal will cross over in the paint. We'll get the blocking foul on Jenkins. Milligan's coach, Coach Greer, wanting a little extension there on Neal.
Little chicken wing, huh?
I think that'll be on the floor, yeah, because Neal's checking out.
Okay.
They'll run Stinnett, Crittenden back in. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be mad at seeing this as my closing five either. Brooks takes the contact, gets the bucket, and does a little celebration to her teammates after the fact. Ties the ball game back up at 54 apiece.
Instant impact there from Brooks.
And she makes it three the old-fashioned way. Bryan regains the lead. I would guess that lead will change hands just a few more times. Clark looking to make it right down. No good. Brooks up the floor, one-handed, gets it to Davis. Davis is going to attack, swings it to Stinnett. She'll swing it to Majors. Majors wide open. Thought about it for a second. No good. And Milligan gets away with one there. Now they've got a chance to take back the lead. Lyon in the corner. I don't even know she shot one here tonight. Clark, middle of the lane, wide open. That one no good. Brooks on the defensive glass. The ball will be tied up by McKenna Myers. And it'll remain Bryan ball because Milligan got the quarter break. Gibson checking in for Lyon. And, Hare checked in for Jenkins, probably her last water break of the night, and probably a short one at that.
Yeah, I would say both coaches are trying to buy a couple minutes here.
Oh, nice dish from Davis. That one can't find its mark. Coach Matt Bolant is just begging for a foul. The referee's turned around talking to him. He's not even watching the game. Oh, my goodness. Majors up the floor. Everybody gets out of the way except for Longmire. Timed it perfectly. Met her at the rim. Milligan again with the ball. Coach Matt Bolant is invigorated after what he believes to be a terrible no call.
Well, and credit to Longmire because that was a momentum swinger right there. And Longmire got back and used her length to send that one out.
She does it again. Brooks will pull down the rebound, finds Crittenden. Coach Matt Bolant telling her to calm down. Brooks in the paint. She's attacking right now. There's not a whole lot that Milligan's going to do unless they just face guard her how they were early in the second half. Gibson will pick up the foul. Brooks to the line to shoot two. Substitutions for Milligan. Clark and Longmire checking out for Jenkins and Atchley. Brooks putting down the first free throw. And the second one will go as well. Nothing but net on those two. Brooks adding to her already impressive total. She's got 14 here in the contest. Hare driving the lane. Checks it back out to Gibson. They repost Hare. And, yeah, that's a great foul.
Yeah.
A good use of a foul there. Johnson gets beat on the seal and just grabs her to prevent the bucket.
Yeah, another nice seal. Nice position by 32 Hare there, and Kelsey had to grab her.
Summers will grab Stinnett. Hare will just take the fadeaway. Tough-looking shot. Doesn't go. And the foul goes against number 25, Naomi Atchley. Now, I didn't want to say anything because I knew as soon as I said it was going to be announcer jinx. Bryan is now one foul away from shooting bonus for the rest of the 6 minutes. I was like, man, they got 3 fouls pretty quick, but now we're within 1 foul. Davis all the way in, dominating, throwing the too small up for effect after the bucket.
And these Bryan guards and Brooks included all night, when they have a guard on them, they're getting space and they're going to the rim.
Errant pass, actually somehow able to recover it. being dogged by Crittenden on the outside. She gets in the paint. She don't want to shoot it. Here's somebody that will probably take the shot. Jenkins from way outside. That one long. And Summers comes down with the rebound. 59-54, Bryan advantage. I would say that momentum's probably on their side right now. Milligan checking back in some of their starters, though. Summers with the ball. It looks like she tried to pass it twice. No good. Missed the bucket. And the errant pass from Milligan. Good idea, just a little bit too hot.
Yeah, a couple of impatient possessions for Milligan there.
Yeah.
The quick trigger for Jenkins for three. Maybe tired of not getting the touch there, and the pass ahead to Gibson. That just too many hands.
A little bit concerning here, Dad. I'm seeing some heavy legs from some of these Lady Lions right now. See Crittenden and Brooks both on their knees, just trying to get what little wind they can back before they get to the last 5 minutes of this one.
Well, Milligan's a deep team,
yeah.
and they've pushed the pace. Bryan's held with them step for step, obviously, so far with a 5-point lead inside 5 minutes. But
Crittenden, tough take. You're right. They are eviscerating Milligan on these drives. Milligan seems to not want to really create body contact on these drives, and it's killing them.
Well, and I don't remember these. I don't remember this attacking nature earlier in the year, and it's not just one player. I mean, it's Davis, it's Majors, it's Crittenden, it's Brooks.
That's a big time play from Kinsey Campbell.
Yeah, Kinsey Campbell from Ottawa there. Kind of stops the bleeding for a minute.
Finette's going to grab Johnson. Yeah, that was a miss there. Jenkins' miss would have been just Bryan squarely with momentum and a big advantage on the scoreboard. Now you look up, 4-point game.
A question for you, and maybe I'm missing it. How many timeouts have been taken in this game?
Two? One from each team. Okay. You get 5 total.
Okay.
Or you get 5, on each team. Brooks in the lane, hop, step, and a jump and in. Just ruthless. They are going after these guards, and there's just not enough Milligan size to counteract these drives right now, but there's enough shooting. Longmire putting it down. Milligan countering every punch, getting every blow for blow. You see why they sit atop. They've been punched in the mouth all night, and they're still within 3. Summers will find Crittenden. Looks like they're going to go post up Brooks, and not going to find the angle there. They'll get it into her. Tori Brooks, the same move she did last time. Different result. Jenkins says no. Up the floor, Longmire into the paint. One more, swings it to J.C. Jenkins. That one short. Summers the rebound. And for a moment, we'll calm down as Bryan walks it up the floor.
Yeah, and Brooks, that last possession, I think like a lot of us thought she had a step on Jenkins, and
just
whether it was clean or not, it was a good recovery.
Davis in the paint, corralled. Milligan now putting a hyper focus on some of these drives. Crittenden swings it back out to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Autumn Davis going to have to get a ball. Oh, nifty move.
Nice patience.
Just kind of lulled the bigger defender to sleep. Longmire hit the floor. Davis fell afterwards.
I tell you, Drew, Bryan currently sits as the 6th seed. We mentioned Milligan sits atop at number 1.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
We're gonna take a short break here for the full timeout and be right back here on Bryan Lions Live. And welcome back in. Bryan College holding on to a 65-60 lead as folks, you've been in for a treat. Hey, Dad and I have been in for a real treat up here. A good game that's definitely going to go down to the wire. 2:46 remaining, and Milligan with a chance to draw it back in with draw it back to one possession. Some simulated full court pressure there from Bryan. Longmire swings it back out to Clark. Jenkins now. Longmire has had the hot hand in the second half. Lyon top of the key. This Milligan possession needs to get going somewhere and quick. They're just kind of swinging it. They find Jenkins. They have the look they want. Jenkins up. No good. Just rolls out. And if you're Coach Greer, that's it. Perfect execution all around.
Yeah, that's what you called the timeout for, to get that look, and
definitely can't be disappointed with it. Bryan wasting some time now. And it'll remain Bryan basketball. Saw the steal attempt there by McKenna Myers. And, both teams going with their starting lineups here. No variation at all. Sinet with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Bryan's got to get moving. Crittenden, pull-up jumper. No good. Ball still in play. Shot clock should not have gone off. I like head coach Beaumont would have liked a keener eye on that one just to insta-call it Milligan basketball. But one of those that you know you're going to hear it if you decide to make it.
Right.
Longmire with the ball. 1:30 left in the contest. Bryan trying to knock off number 1, Samaj Clark. The handoff to Myers. Myers drives the lane. Summers playing excellent wall of defense. Lyon, better late than never. As I can't say if those are her first points. They are her first points. Yep. And she gets them in a big-time way as guarded well the whole way by the Lady Lions.
And a nice defensive possession by Summers. I mean, she got caught up on the switch. She moved her feet, stayed in front of the guard, recovered for the drop-off, and just a better shot.
Yep. Definitely a good dish coming from Myers as well. Two of the quietest factors of this Milligan team have been Lyon and Myers, and right there they connect for what draws them back to within 3. 65-62 here on Bryan Lions Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening to us. It has been a real treat to bring this one to you. And speaking of treats, food, all the stuff that you need to live. Check out El Toro in Dayton today, our presenting broadcast sponsor. Best Mexican restaurant in Ray County. Dad and I actually have eaten there several times after the broadcast. Staying true to our word. It's not just an ad read for us. So check it out, El Toro in Dayton, located by the Wendy's and United Grocery Outlet. And it looks like we are ready to get rolling here. 65-62 the score. Milligan, of course, going to see if it's simulated pressure. No, they're going to stand in there. They're going for the steal. They're going to gamble early and often. Now that's what they wanted right there. Ball in traffic. Tori Brooks wide open. A 10-second violation from who else? Everybody's favorite official.
Wow.
Oh, and now Milligan's going to get it. I believe they should get the ball at half court now. The ball should be inbounded. So when Brooks touched the ball, I looked up there, and when they stopped it, there was 18 seconds left.
On the shot clock, right?
So I'm thinking that pass took at least a second and a half to get there. I'm not. Oh, man. Now if you're Bryan, you can't worry about any of that. Milligan got what they wanted out of you. Now it's time to sit down and guard. Davis just that almost gets the steal. Lyon able to corral it. Going on some moves for good measure. They'll swing Myers around the top. Myers will take the triple. It's short. Fought for by everybody on both teams. They get the foul. It's going to be called on Brooks.
Yeah, Longmire came out of the scrum with the loose ball, and Tori thinks she has a clean clean strip. Officials disagree.
That's just Bryan's third foul, so they won't be close to the bonus for now. 65-62, 20 on the Milligan shot clock. Longmire around the screen. Longmire in the lane. Torrey Brooks, good defense. Summers brings it down. Get the ball out of your hands. They do. Stinnett up the floor. Now they can hold it. And good, yes. Good use of the timeout there by head coach Matt Bolant. Can't take them with you. I thought the reason I said good, I thought not commenting on the coaching. I thought we were going to get another call.
Yeah. I was looking for our guy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to run in with a carry there on the far side. So right here, if you're Milligan, it's a battle of philosophy. It always comes down to this. You got a 15-second difference between the game and shot clock. You're down 3. Bryan gets a bucket here. Your chance of winning just went down exponentially. But if you foul, then you put him immediately on the line. So do you just play it out and take that chance, or do you play the free throw game and try to score more than them?
Well, Bryan's had a lot of success attacking in the one-on-one, especially against Milligan guards. But Milligan, up until that full-court possession, really hasn't done anything to trap the ball and make Bryan decide, and here it comes. Yep.
Right on cue. Brooks being hounded. Great call. You get another timeout from Coach Matt Bolant. That is absolutely what you do right there. You get the ball back across half court. You get the you got the fresh look. You know what Milligan's doing now. And for me, I'm not sure why Brooks got left on the island there. It seems like all of her teammates, except for one on the far side, just ran and kind of hid.
But I mean, you got to know that they're trying to use that corner by half court as an extra defender. And Brooks obliged by heading right there. You've got to come bail that out.
It is a 30-second timeout call by the Lady Lions, so we're about to get back underway. See if they've drawn. I would guess that both teams will come with something different here to try to mix it up. I would guess Milligan will throw some wrinkle in there that makes it different and a little bit tougher to figure out on the fly.
A little surprised Summers is out here for this possession, but
good free throw shooter. I guess you can't fault that. Davis all the way. Yeah, they get Samaj Clark, I believe, coming down. Yeah, they get number 11. That's a little making you a little bit jumpy, taking a layup with 28 seconds. But
and credit Davis for staying aggressive. I mean, that's what's got him to this point, and I guess she felt she had Clark on her hip.
Yep.
And
first free throw is good. Both of them here are big. Need to build any extension of this lead that you can. 66-62, 28.5 remaining, and the Milligan timeout will come. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Will we ever get a break? Bryan up 5 with the ball. So right here, it's difficult because you can't just let them walk into the paint and score.
Right, and Coach Bolant favors the full court pressure, the staying on the ball. You got to figure there's going to be some ball pressure where they're not just walking it up.
I wonder if they'll kind of slide back into that zone, which we've seen a lot here in this second half. You would think this possession is going to be all man-to-man, but you just can't let Milligan get an easy look because you're scared of fouling. You've got to stick your nose in there. You've got to at least play the defense that you have been to this point.
Yeah, and Milligan, to me, quietly has hit 6 3-pointers. So they
handoff comes to Clark, middle of the lane. A blocking foul is called against Crittenden. Nobody wearing black in this gymnasium likes to hear that call, but credit to the Buffaloes. They executed that play call perfectly. They obviously wanted the quick 2. They weren't going to mess around with the 3-pointer, and I guess that would signal faith that they're going to get a steal here.
Well, Crittenden looked like she had established position. She may have been inside that arc a little bit. But, yeah, expect some immediate pressure. Rebound by Crittenden.
Big miss coming. Ball up the floor to Stinnett. Jenkins will pick up the foul. And now you can feel it. Bryan creeping ever closer to giving Milligan that third conference loss.
And I tell you, Drew, coming into this game, I guess my preconceived notion was that if Bryan was going to be able to hang around against this team, it was going to be more of a rock fight.
Yeah.
Game in the low 40s, take the air out of the ball, whatever cliche you like. Bryan's been the more aggressive team for longer in this game.
And the rebound came from Summers. They got a foul again. Lyon finally does. And now it's really setting in. Brooks with 2 free throws here will surely seal it for the Lady Lions. I guess Milligan not technically done. They got 2 timeouts in 13.5 seconds, but the chances are getting real low for the visitors. But yeah, I started the season something like this for this squad. Not in the rearview mirror, not even close. But credit to them, they've improved. They've updated their play style all over the place as we do get the Milligan timeout. The biggest players stepped up in a big way. If anybody would have heard the pregame show I had planned, I would have seemed really, really smart and like I knew what I was talking about. But those are the tropes of the Bryan College live stream. 32nd comes from Milligan.
Yeah, just going over the stats real quick. I mean, obviously, Davis and Brooks jump out to you with 18 points apiece.
Yep.
On extremely efficient shooting. Crittenden, 11 and 11.
Well, double-double,
yeah.
like you said.
And I feel like that probably doesn't even describe the total impact she had on this game.
Yeah. Ball inbound to the Lion. They got to go quick. They'll go to Jenkins. Bryan is not going to let her breathe. 8 seconds from Trey Young range. No good. Stinnett pulls down the rebound. And Lion, for the moment, will delay it about 0.5 seconds. Tip the ball off of Brooks there on the steal attempt. And that will do it. Bryan College takes down the #1 team in the AAC. Milligan goes back to Kingsport with their 3rd conference loss of the year. But shout out to both teams because this was a fun game. It was a good game and it was a fun one to watch.
It really was. Different styles, different pace. You've, from Milligan's perspective, they hadn't lost a game since December 19th.
Yeah.
Against Georgetown College. Their only 2 conference losses came in November.
Yeah.
At U-Pike, at Reinhardt, and now at Dayton, Tennessee.
Yeah. And definitely one. We'll pause real quick for a short prayer given by both teams. And we are back for the final time on the women's broadcast. But yeah, I mean, credit to Bryan. They missed the chance to get them at their place by 3 points early in the year, have a chance to send that one to overtime. And they come out and they defend their home court, and they do exactly what they've got to do to keep moving up the seeding. Looking at their standings, the 4 and the 5 seed definitely still in play for the women. Tough road ahead though. Upcoming is going to be Reinhardt. They're going to see Montreat again. It's going to be a gauntlet. They're going to see Johnson again, the #2 team in the conference. But that is a statement. That's something you can take with you in the locker room and as you move through the rest of the season.
Well, and it's not a fluky win either. You didn't face a cold shooting team or a team with a bunch of injuries. I mean, Milligan's been playing as well as anybody. Bryan's been playing okay too, but I mean, there were games earlier in the season where if, say a Tory Brooks didn't bail you out with a with a really difficult shot, you know, you were going minutes without a bucket,
right,
and you were getting them from all over the place tonight.
Absolutely well said. For myself, Tim Rogers, Chase Green, Camille Hawley, and all the coaches that go into making Bryan Athletics what it is, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time right here on Bryan Lions Live.